Hi guys, I'm just nipping into this video very quickly before the actual video starts. Basically, I filmed a video yesterday and I was feeling particularly tired yesterday, and I ended up missing out the vital part of the video, the reason why I was stirred to even do the video in the first place. So I'm just going to tell you quickly about that now. So basically, a few days ago I got a comment on a video, which, let me just find it. It said, I've been watching your videos for a while now and know you suffer from ME/CFS. There's a petition at the moment on the government website with just over 12,000 signatures asking for more investment in better care for sufferers and more research. It has until July the 13th to get more support, and hopefully it will reach the 100k to be debated. So she's just basically asking whether I could publicise it, and of course I want to publicise this. So I went over to the petition to have a read, and I'll just read what it says. So, ME/CFS is a debilitating autoimmune disease currently affecting 250,000 people in the UK. Many sufferers are unable to work or care for themselves, and see, I'm out of breath even reading this. And 25% of ME patients are bedbound. Most ME sufferers are on ESA or disability benefits, causing a significant economic burden. So no universally effective treatment exists for ME. Current NHS treatments for the illness are based on the controversial PACE trial and have been found ineffective and even harmful. So good quality research into the root cause of the illness is needed. The current annual budget for biomedical research works at roughly £1 per patient per year. We want the budget for research to be drastically increased, and we also ask for the formation of a work group focusing on the issues surrounding this disease. So at the moment it's at 13,195 signatures. Now the government will respond to it at 10,000, but we really need it at 100,000, because then it will be considered for debate in Parliament, and that means it's basically more likely to be really considered, and something might actually come from it. Something positive might be changed, and hopefully more money will be put into this, because many of us are, we're ambitious people. We want to achieve, we want to contribute to our country and contribute to society, but it's our bodies that are hindering us or not allowing us to do so, and not allowing us to reach our true potential. And it's such a frustrating illness, and obviously we're going to so-called medical experts and they're not able to offer us any comfort or any help or any effective treatments. And yeah, basically I just wanted to support this petition and encourage as many of you as possible to go and sign it, and anyone's of a similar nature, because it's really important to us, and even more important to the people that, as I said in the description of the petition, there's some people that are bedbound for years on end, and it's not fair and they shouldn't have to deal with that. So I'll go now and lead you into yesterday's video. Apologies if I look extremely tired. I was having one of those really bad days yesterday. Thank you. See you soon. Hi gang, hope you're well. So I thought I'd just do a kind of a catch-up chit-chat video today. It's not going to be very glamorously shot or anything, not that it ever is on this channel, but it's going to be from bed today, because at the moment this is where I'm spending a lot of my time. Obviously, if you follow me on Snapchat and watch some of my vlogs, you will see I'm still doing bits here and there, but I've not been posting kind of the in-between stuff lately. And I'm in a particularly tired period at the moment. I don't know whether it's because the weather has just been so abysmal that's taking a toll. And I also wonder whether it's because my general, I guess, mental health or just mood has been a bit low. It's kind of that chicken and the egg thing. I don't know which one comes first and which one makes the other worse, but they both seem to be bad at the moment. So yeah, I really just wanted to talk about a few things today that were just on my mind, because I've been getting quite a lot of Facebook messages, tweets and comments and stuff from a lot of people that follow my channel because of my content related to maybe chronic fatigue syndrome and depression and stuff, and a lot of people have said they want more videos about that, and I just want to explain why maybe I haven't done that, or why it's taken me till now to do one that is kind of loosely related to that. Sorry if things don't flow naturally today. Finding it hard to kind of construct sentences very well at the moment. So yeah, reason one is I never want to make videos for the sake of it. I don't want them to just kind of be repetitive and just kind of include stuff that I've just said already, particularly because obviously not everyone subscribes to my channel will find anything that's kind of CFS related or depression related relatable to them. It's not something everyone's going through. So to keep churning out content for the sake of it on that subject that isn't kind of breaking any new ground or revealing anything new, it doesn't feel right to do it, because I feel like I'd be doing it just to please people, and it wouldn't be coming from an authentic place where I felt like I needed to make that video, where I had that compulsion to say something I really wanted to say about it, or perhaps because perhaps nothing's changed enough to kind of create a reason to make a new video on it. I only wanted to make a new video if I had something to new. See what I mean? I only wanted to make a video if I had something new to say about it. Perhaps there's been a drastic improvement in my health, or perhaps if there's been a drastic decline, perhaps I've found some things that have really helped me that I can share with you guys. Perhaps I can look at it from a different angle, or different kind of area of things. And there hasn't till now been a reason to make it, and I didn't want to just churn it out just for the sake of it, because that's not fair to you, and it's not going to be helpful to anyone just to be repeating the same old stuff. And another reason that has kind of put me off, obviously I said I wanted to make the channel a bit more optimistic, a bit more positive, a bit more happy. And that's why obviously I did those videos on happiness. And I find that sometimes making the videos about, say, my depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue syndrome, sometimes it feels good to do it, because it feels like I'm venting, it feels like a release, it feels like I'm talking to someone, almost like a therapy session, and more importantly to people that understand, because I know a lot of you do understand and are going through it yourself. So sometimes it can be a wonderful thing to be able to have this outlet, but other times I feel like it causes me to dwell on things and dwell on the negatives, and actually sometimes when I've posted a video I feel more upset about things, and actually sometimes more negative, because it's bringing it all up, it's making me face it all, it's making me discuss it and go over and over it again. And I was realising that that wasn't necessarily, you know, helpful to me. And I'm sure you don't want me to kind of feel worse about my situation in, you know, when I make the videos. Did that make sense? I don't know. And you guys were always so wonderful and loving and supportive and caring, and, you know, offered me so much advice and so much, you know, well wishes and lovely stuff. And I started to worry that that would almost become a crux for me, something that I'd rely on. And I worried that whenever I was in kind of a bad phase of things or feeling sad, that I would end up, you know, thinking I'll make a video, because if I do I'll get so much warmth and love back that I'll feel better. I worried that that would become my mentality, and that I'd rely on you guys to kind of buoy me up, to make me feel better about things. And I'm not someone that likes to rely on other people. I like to be kind of independent and to be able to get myself out of things, which I know is silly because everyone should feel okay about asking people for help or going to people for help. But I don't know, I'm a bit funny like that. I don't like to be a burden and I don't like to bother people. So I was worried that I would almost rely on you guys to be the ones to pick me up and make me feel positive and to get me through things. And I didn't want that. Even though it's lovely that you guys are able to do that, I didn't want to rely on it, I guess. So I kind of, even when I thought I want to do a video about it today, perhaps I was having a bad day or perhaps I was having a good day, I stopped myself from doing it because I was worried about that pattern. And then another reason is that obviously there's so much really dreadful stuff going on in the world at the moment, and even with some of my friends are going through some really hellish, really heartbreaking, awful times, and I didn't feel right about moaning or having another rant about things or feeling, you know, sorry for myself, even though it's so silly, because if anyone else did it, I'd be like, you have every right to be like, you shouldn't compare problems, you shouldn't compare each other's stresses against each other, you shouldn't compare, you know, the severity of people's illnesses or what they're going through, because if it's affecting them and if they're struggling, it's affected them and they're struggling, and that's a fact. And you shouldn't ever make anyone feel bad for feeling bad or finding something hard or struggling. It shouldn't be a competition in any way. But I guess because I'm super conscious about, you know, how sometimes how critical people can be on YouTube, and I guess I'm so aware of that now, I didn't want people to think that I was being, I don't know, selfish, self-involved, or being so blinded to, you know, the big things that are going on in the world. I didn't want them to think that my problem even stacked up remotely to any of those problems. I also got to the point where I was thinking, well, do I want to be the face of IBS? Do I want to be this kind of spokesperson for these different illnesses or these different, you know, issues? Because I can only talk from my own experience. I have a, you know, a relatively mild case of whatever this is, this chronic fatigue thing. Someone else who hasn't left the house for months, if not years, who's bedbound, who's in severe pain all day, they might watch my video and think, she gets to go to, you know, festivals, she gets to go and see friends, she gets to go shopping, all this stuff, when they see my vlogs and think, how dare she be moaning, how dare she complain, and she doesn't really understand our story. And so all these things were kind of going on in my head, and it really put me off making more content on this subject. But like I said, if I felt I had something new that I wanted to ask you, or new that I wanted to express to you or just talk about, then I felt like making a video was kind of legitimate as something I could do, and I wouldn't feel too, you know, crappy about doing it, basically. So first thing I want to talk about is some things I've been trying lately. So I think last time I spoke to you, I told you that I went to the doctors and was a bit more forceful than I am normally, and was willing to show a bit more emotion to the doctor, and was explaining that I really need them to try and do something about it, because they haven't till now. They've made no suggestions. It's just been, yeah, you kind of just got to work around it kind of thing, which is really helpful. So she suggested I go back on antidepressants, a different one to I've used before, because she said that she'd heard that some patients felt they had increased energy when they went on antidepressants. So she gave me sertraline, which I'd always been on citalopram before that. So she gave me this, and I was using it for, I think it was a week, and I felt incredibly sick. Now, I felt sick when I went on them before, and that's actually completely normal, but it was like a terrible sickness, and you know what it's like to feel sick. It's just horrible. And it actually got to the point where I was on the bathroom floor just lying down retching, and then my body actually went into a spasm. It started off with pins and needles on my arms and legs, and then actually I ended up getting kind of stuck in a very weird position because they just kind of spasmed, and my dad had to pick me up off the floor and take me in to my parents' bedroom, where they just tried to massage my arms and get them out of this weird spasm. Anyway, so I called the doctors, and they told me that I should have been taking half the dosage I was actually taking. So that's good to know, isn't it, that I was given the correct information. Anyway, they said, you know, you haven't been taking them long enough to have to wean yourself off them, so just stop taking them immediately, have a break, and then start them again. This was before New York, so they said start again after New York. Now, I haven't started taking them just because I'm a little bit worried about that happening again. But in recent weeks, my arms and my legs have been particularly uncomfortable and particularly weak. I found like holding my phone extremely tiring. Just, you know, I've needed a lot of kind of recovery time if I have gone out in the day. Very sore, very achy, very stiff. So I think I put out an Instagram and just asked people, you know, what can I try? So I'll just tell you the products that I have been trying. So I was encouraged to get a magnesium oil spray, and I got this one, which is a special one specifically for joints. It's enhanced with glucosamine and menthol to aid muscle cramping, stiffness and joint flexibility. And you kind of just spray it on your skin and let it sink in. I was really hoping this would be like a miracle cure, because I know it's worked for a lot of people, but to be honest, at the moment it doesn't seem to be doing much. Obviously it's hard to tell because you don't know how worse it would be without using it, but definitely hasn't fixed it to a noticeable level. I was also recommended Epsom bath salts, and I got these ones, which are special ones for muscle and joint, and they're by the Eco Bath. And so you just put this in the box. See what I mean? What am I talking about? Put it in the bath. I think these help a little bit, and obviously I just think having a nice warm bath feels nice on your muscles and joints anyway. But these were way too expensive, so I'd say rather than go to Holland & Barrett and getting a fancy brand one, just see if you can find like a generic form, because I'm sure they probably just do exactly the same job. And then supplement wise, my doctor, I had my kind of levels tested again. My vitamin D was low, so they gave me, or they didn't give me, they what's the word? They advised me to get some vitamin D supplements, so I got these Lambert's vitamin D3, so taking those. And then also I've been recommended these magnesium, but at the moment, see, magnesium contributes to the reduction of tiredness and fatigue, but I've got to say, I feel like I'm in the worst phase I've had for a little while, and people have started to notice it, so I don't think it's in my head. I'm finding it extremely hard to get up in the morning, feel just as tired when I go to bed as when I wake up as to when I go to bed. Having to have naps again, which I'd actually managed to curb and was really pleased I'd managed to curb. So yeah. It's so annoying because, you know, I felt I was doing well on this positivity thing. I was planning on reading all these books about mindfulness and living in the present, and, you know, just trying to keep going. But sometimes I think, I don't know whether you should listen to your body, but I feel like I don't have a choice. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. Also, you know me, I like to work, I like to keep busy, so I am doing lots of like blogs and stuff like that, and I try and get to the events I'm invited to and try and do all the things that I'm meant to be doing as a YouTuber and blogger. but I must say sometimes the thought of forcing myself to do it or making myself break through the ache barrier and break through the tiredness barrier is it's difficult, and it's definitely putting a strain on my relationship and just everything at the moment. And I've also got this worry because Si leaves for tour in 5 days, I think, so he's away for 2 months, and obviously on the days where I am a little bit worse than others, he like helps by, you know, cooking for me and stuff, so that's a slight worry, and obviously I'll miss him and that will contribute to things as well. So that's it really, guys. So I just wanted to explain why there hasn't been much kind of honest vlog content lately, because even just making this video, I can feel it's really tired me out, and I will have to have a nap afterwards. And please don't ever think that I'm not listening to you. I love hearing from you, and more comments the better, but I can't always deliver maybe what you want when you want it, and there might be valid reasons behind that, but know that I am always reading what you're saying and appreciate what you're saying, and I'm just so thankful that so many of you are really lovely, and you know, you take an interest, and you're there for me, but I just don't want to not use you. I don't want to rely on you, because that's not your job. I'm meant to be here to entertain, or I want this channel, basically what I'm saying, not very succinctly at all, is I want this channel not to be about, you know, all the deep stuff all the time. I want you to come here and find escapism in the more frivolous and fun, or, you know, makeup or superficial videos. I want you to be able to enjoy fun videos with me. I don't want to just be like that channel where she moans about her problems. Do you know what I mean? I want to be more than my health, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I can see this spiraling into something I don't want it to spiral. Bye, basically. Lots of love and bye.